Will Reichert has it all teed up. And we're off and running from Landover. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Now give left side. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with Sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Here's the handoff. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
63.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they bring him down around the 34. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He's got Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Hurts now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Mike Sandler still makes the play. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be the last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most important, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready, check out.
Play fake here, Daniels. Completed to his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
60 Eagle. Big Lion.
Handoff on 2nd and short. Blast through midfield. Reaches the 30. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
63. Easy, 63, back.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Fits it through the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. From the pistol, Hurts. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. He's got time. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape.
He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points, and their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine, because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. On the move, header. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
You know, we're so often in today's game looking for this, that escapability, and I love that. Get out of harm's way. Right? You just got to find a way to make the connection on the other end.
Quickly out to the right, complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. and 6 for them to figure out now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pass him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Running left, this is Barkley. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
No touch.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll send him over right.
No touch.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Throwing on 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. He's running for it. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
He's on the move. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Back to the well again.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap for Hurts. This one's caught. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a slim 2-point lead. Right, ready to send this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Renardo Green with that tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Offense in the hurry up here. Daniels throwing on third. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Toward Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Hey, Silver. That's right. Hey.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Hand off to the back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Only a yard there, so they'll be staring down 2nd and 14. Running back sent in motion. Here's 2nd and 14. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Here we go.
They'll run here on first down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders in need of some points before the break. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They go play action here. Caught by his back. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Daniels on first down. He's got him. That's Addison. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 11. And the Commanders will have a first. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Again, Daniels to the air. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Eagles get to it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Hey, a normal old stop on third down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from them literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Escapes the pocket. He just throws this one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Great, set. Hey, 73.
Slot man motioned over. 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Escapes out to the left. He's got it at the 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia. All right, so this solid 1st half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles push the lead to 2 scores now. Ready to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Eagles take a 16-point lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Ready? 19 tight. Ready?
Daniels coming back after that pick. Hits his running back. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Throwing it just before halftime. Launches one deep downfield. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Right, ready to send this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Come on. Set. 79 Bronco. Mustang 19. Warrior 70. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finding Reynolds. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. No turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Second and 4. Short pass brought in. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first. From the gun, it's Daniels. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Let's go.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Defense showing blitz. Daniels into the hands of Colt. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Offense up to the line fast.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Buffalo 18. 70 range.
On first down, here's Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Cougar 19. Set.
Completed to Reynolds. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play, and the Commanders will have a first. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Working quickly here. Now Daniels to throw. Pass is caught by Addison. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and long for him here. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Tiger Hornet.
A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
He'll get this one to Brown. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On 1st down, they'll run. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They put a receiver in motion here left. Big gain, has them across the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could. Not. Game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the pistol, Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Tight end going in motion here. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Forced out to his right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch. And it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Finds him quickly on the RPO. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Good, set.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And make this a 19.3 score advantage.
I think you can call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set.
Give now to the running back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of down.
He had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Set it. Hawk 70. Go.
Daniels on first down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
18, pioneer. Go. Ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Able to get it to Moore. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down.
60 Maverick. And
Daniels now. He lobs it deep middle. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
18 Cardinal.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 2nd and goal now, 5 yards more difficult following that penalty. Cut out left. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Striking 60.
Daniels. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles savage after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact. When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They'll motion him out of the backfield. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
63.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Eagles looking at a 3-0 start to the season. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Vacates quickly left side. Throwing on. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
Putting a receiver in motion. They'll try and punch it in. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Gotta hurry this to the line. Oh, brother, it's another interception. The 50. He's at the 30. The 10. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Great defensive effort late, even if this one's decided. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Went after trying good by Reichert. And the Commanders shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Eagles are able to recover. And that should just about do it for us here. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Finds a seam down the middle. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Right, ready to send this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Trap 60. Let's go now. 7 Pirates. 19 tight. Ready?
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. He's got him. That's Addison. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Here we go.
Again, Daniels to the air. Dump off caught by his back. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
From the 41. Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you...
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Jeremy Chin has got